Hey everybody, Rob Arnold here. Today I'm going to be talking about the EverTune bridge, a mechanical contraption that I consider to be magical. You may have heard me say before, or if you're new to the channel and these videos, thanks for stopping in and checking it out. I'm going to just take you with me today on a task I have in front of me, which is to take this LTD MH1000, which is currently in E standard. Don't know the string gauges that are on it or the brand, but I want to drop it to a drop C tuning, and I'm going to put some new strings on it here. We're going to go with these DR High Beam 11 through 52. This is actually a custom set that I have made with an 11, 13, 20 wound, 30, 42, and 52. My gauges of choice, but that's kind of irrelevant. The point of this is that we're going to take this E-guitar set up right now on the EverTune with unknown gauges, and we're going to just set it up with the gauges and the tuning that I like. Again, it's gonna be an E to drop C drop. So kind of significant there, and I'm interested to see what's gonna happen. If you're new to the EverTune, it's this, just like I said, a magical kind of mechanical system, no batteries or anything, but just keeps your guitar in tune no matter what. Once you set it up, right here you tune, right here is your action, string height, and here's your intonation. There's 3 points that you can make adjustments. We're just going to be doing the tuning here today. The height and our action is already all set, and I kind of recommend that you just leave that as is unless you know what you're doing or there's some significant problem that you really need to adjust or address. For the most part, from the factory, the action is going to be set up pretty well. And then after we put the new strings on and the new gauges and all that, we'll check the intonation, which you should always do anytime you're doing a major tuning change or string brand, or definitely gauge change. If you want to know more about intonation, I've got videos about that here on the channel. So with the EverTune, you got to think of it as 3 zones. That's how they like to present it. Zone 2 is the preferred zone that you just want to be in, where everything is working the way it should. Zone 1 is where you can actually hear a detune in the string. More on that in a sec. You don't want to be there. And Zone 3 is where you can hear when you're sharpening the string too much and you don't want to be there. So Zone 2 is the sweet spot. Let's check that out. Right now, this guy is in E. And if I adjust the tuning knob here, nothing happens. We don't hear any change in pitch. But if I go down a ton, there we start to hear it, okay? That means we've hit the backstop. We're in Zone 1 now. I'll go back up into Zone 2. No changes. Dude, something's rattling here. It's fizzing me up. If I keep sharpening, there we go. We hear a sharpening in the pitch. Now we're in Zone 3. We want to get back into Zone 2. And there's a lot of room in there for tuning this tuning key to be in Zone 2. So lots of room. The closer you are to Zone 3, the more vibrato and pitch bending you can get. For instance, right now I'm in the middle of Zone 2. I won't get any pitch bending. Nothing happens when I've been there. I'm listening for an audible change. Now if I get up to Zone 3, and we're in Zone 3 because I heard it raise in pitch, I'm going to back off a little bit. Again, so I'm in Zone 2, but as close to Zone 3 as possible. Now we'll hear some pitch bending. If you want to get some natural vibrato in there, like a guitar would normally play. Some people don't care about that. I particularly do. I want to have vibrato, so I like to get all my strings, obviously in Zone 2 and as close to Zone 3 as possible. Another thing is, with the EverTune, you don't make your tuning changes from the tuning knobs. The tuning knobs here basically just get you in the zone you want to be in. All the tuning is made down here. As I mentioned, in this first slot here in the saddle, across here in the saddles, those are the tuning changes we're going to make. Again, this is action, and back here is intonation. So starting with the tuning, I have a choice to make here. I can basically, again, this guitar is in E, I can put the new strings on it, and in theory, it should be in E, because the saddles are set up for whatever tuning you want it to be in, and you set it and you just leave it like that. And as long as you continue to put the same brand and same gauge strings on and keep it in the same tuning, you should never have to make any adjustments. It'll always just be in tune. If you switch any of those things, tuning, string gauge, you know, stuff like that, then you're gonna have to make adjustments. So if we were putting these strings on here, it'll show up in E, but it won't be perfect because it's a totally different string gauge. I'm guessing. Like I said, I'm guessing these are 9s. I don't know. I don't know what brand they are either. So it's definitely gonna require just a little bit there to get that back to E. So do I put those on there, get it to E, and then drop it to C, which is where I want it to ultimately be? Or should I drop these strings to C first, get it close, and then put the new strings on? I really don't know that there's a right or wrong answer to it. I've tried to think about it and I don't really know what would be best. I think if I were to drop it to C now and get it in that ballpark and then put the strings on, I'm still gonna have to make adjustments. Or if I put the strings on first and then just drop it, I'm gonna have to make those adjustments. I feel like there'll be a little less work involved. Not that I'm scared of hard work, but it really doesn't matter. So I'm just gonna choose one. I'm gonna choose just to put the new strings on right now. I'll get them stretched out, we'll be close to E, and then I'm gonna drop it. I also have another choice to make. Do I do it string by string, or can I just pull all the strings off? And I think that's what I'm gonna do, because I haven't tried that yet within an EverTune. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna loosen all the strings here. I'm gonna cut them all off, give it a quick polish while I can, because that's the time that I think it's best to do a full nice cleaning on a guitar, even though this guitar is brand new, so it really doesn't need any cleaning. But with all the strings off, you can really get a nice wipe down in the frets and all there. So I do only do that once in a while. I typically change strings one by one, but when you have them all off, it's a good opportunity to get into the nooks and crannies and stuff. So let's just get started. I'm gonna take the strings off, quick cleaning, throw these new strings on. We'll see what happens. Evaluate what the bridge did, and then we'll get it adjusted to drop C, and we'll be good to go. Here we go. While I'm doing this, couple plugs. If you are interested in getting yourself an MH1000 from ESP, I'm gonna leave a Sweetwater link in the description below. You can pick one of these up. Using my links helps the channel, and I appreciate that. So this is, the EverTunes are just the simple string through body design. So real easy to change these. Again, these are DR high beams, which I've been liking a lot. Here goes number 6. Oh, you know what? I forgot. I wanted to give it that quick wipe here. Let's do that. The finish on this guitar, absolutely incredible. Dual EMG set. Let's split the coil on that neck pickup. Oh, I also did an unboxing of this guitar. You can check out if you want to hear me play it and talk more about it, bring it out of the box. You can find a link to that in the description below. But yeah, seriously, I mean, this thing is elegant, classy, plays beautifully. Can't say enough good things about it. I like a wound G string. Get a lot of questions on that, as opposed to a plain. And I just think it feels better. I think it's faster than a plain string. All right. Good to go there. Let's get these suckers on. Find it easier to line up all my eyelet holes beforehand. Get them all facing the way I like them, which is facing just right at me. As I go around once, like that, hold down, push through so it comes out on top of the string. Give myself a little bit of slack there. Down with pressure here to keep it down. Let's see what zone we're in. We're in zone 3. Maybe we weren't. C. Interesting. Huh. I was just curious about that before I really get into tunings. I'm gonna get everything on here. Stretch them out like I like to. All right, now, I'm not exactly sure what we're gonna find, but we're gonna find it. Oh, let me do some my stretching. This is important. Get everything all nice and stretched out. I like to push down, lift up, push down with my thumb here. So I'm holding down at the saddle, lift up with this string, push down with my thumb, and this one I'm gonna do the whole way. Do this multiple times. So that's very interesting to me that this is in C right now. And that's in E. Crazy. So I'm listening to where it stops sharpening. So now we're in zone 2. Gonna go up to zone 3, back to zone 2. Same with this. Okay, see we're in a place here, which is zone 2, because nothing's happening when I move the tuning key. I'm gonna go back up to zone 3, and back down. Back like a quarter turn after I hit zone 3. That's just how I like to do it. So I'm close to having some vibrato. So, interesting. It should have been E, B, G, D, A, and E. C sharp. Not even close on those. So, as you can see, the gauges had an enormous impact on this guitar's tuning from where it was set in E standard, which was expected. I guess I didn't know how big it was going to be. I thought it would be a little less of a discrepancy, but so I'm in zone 2 on all of them. Now it's time to just start tuning. So let's start with the 6th string. I want this to be a C. It's a C sharp currently. So I'm gonna detune this. If you get to a point, so we were pretty close there, but if you get to a point where it stops tuning with this, that means you need to get back into zone 2, because tuning changes here too, major tuning changes will affect what zone you're in. gonna get close on all these and then go back and do final touch at the very end. Let's check my zone. 1, 2, a little bit sharp. I'll take it. Next we want G. So I think we need to sharpen this guy. Sharpening quite a bit. I'm going to check my zone. Again, tightening. I'm trying to increase the pitch. F sharpening to get to G. Gamma. C's looking good. G's looking decent. 4th string, want another C. Need to sharpen that significantly. So everything I'm doing, I'm just making sure that I'm always in zone 2. Because if you're not in zone 2, any adjustments you're making aren't for the greater good. They could be in vain. Need this to be an F. Again, need to sharpen that. 3rd string. This drop C is C, G, C, F, A, D, low to high. So get close to zone 3, or I get into zone 3, then back it off a little bit, just so I'm at the very top of zone 2. Need to hit an A. And a D. Okay, really close on those. We give these another stretch. And I always like, if possible, to wait overnight. You know, that's when I feel the strings are really stretched through as much as they're going to. And obviously breaking them in with playing helps a lot too. So I'm going to get this as close as I possibly can with all this stretching. And then tomorrow I'd come in and give it another fine tuning just to make sure we're good after it's stretched out overnight. So there we go. Now this is a good time too, as we're close here, cut off my ends. I like to bend them down as much as I can out of the way. And then I used to leave a bunch, but now I cut them as close as possible. Lost one somewhere. And then I carefully just bend them down a little bit to not stab myself. Okay. Let's fine tune this bad boy. Look at that. Not bad. The EverTune is coming through. Look at that. So easy. Sharp on that guy. Money. Oops. Sometimes I forget that I'm not supposed to be doing it right there. Just get in the zone. A little sharp. Getting some sort of noise from there. Perfect tuning. Excellent. Let's take a quick look at what the intonation looks like. It's got a perfect D there, 12th fret. Blipping just the tiniest bit sharp. That's acceptable to me. Okay, 12th fret. A little bit flat, just blipping. So back here, we're gonna chase the needle. Because it's a little bit flat, we want to move the saddle in that direction. I'm going to loosen this just slightly. Okay, make sure I'm retuning. Still. Excellent. Again, I just released a thorough intonation video, but going over the premise, whatever your open note is in perfect tuning, hit your 12th fret. If your needle goes to the left of perfect tune, it means you move your saddle in that direction, thus shortening the string. If your 12th fret is sharp of your open note, you need to move the saddle away from the neck, thus lengthening the string. Got another one there. Need to go a little bit looser on. A little more. Man, the intonation has a big effect on the zone. Excellent. Just a little blip, still pretty good. Do quite a bit on this guy. Some more. Now we're in. Good. Another guy that's gonna need quite a bit here. I'm gonna go just crazy and see what happens here. Lower tunings, the lower strings are always the most temperamental. Just try to get an average reading, you know, over multiple tuning checks. More. We're solid. Close enough on that guy, which is always going to be the most temperamental. But look at that. This guitar is now beautifully tuned and intonated. Strings changed. All the adjustments made in the EverTune and intonation in probably what could have been, 15 minutes if I wasn't talking the whole time and trying to explain what I was doing. But you see how easy it is, and I hope you weren't intimidated, or you're no longer intimidated, because it's really that easy. Just making sure that you're in the right zone the whole time, and then just knowing kind of what you want to do. I knew that regardless of the strings and everything I was putting on there, that I wanted to be in drop C, and then it's just a matter of getting there. Easier than the Floyd. And now that it's set, it's literally going to stay like this until the strings wear out, until it's time to change them or make some other change. And again, it's important to have the discipline to get the same strings, same gauge, same brand, everything like that, so you don't have to do any maintenance to it. But sometimes that's not possible, and now you're armed with the knowledge on how to make it happen yourself. If you need to, it's easy. The EverTune key. Cheers, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you check out some more of the videos on my channel, especially the videos in my string changing series here, with loads of string changing videos, advice, like I said, intonation stuff, other maintenance stuff that I know you'll find enjoyable. Plus, I got a ton of other stuff on the channel I hope you'll check out as well. Again, I'm Rob Arnold. Thanks for tuning in. Good luck. Happy riffing. See you on the next one.